need for an introduction. This is a Mykael V cinematic experience. Well, y'all already know what I say, right? God always.
Thank God I ain't listen to y'all. I knew I was heaven sent. Had the blackish like Barack was president. Pull up to the house. I know all the people. Bad black shawties at my gangs like an Oladipo. Had to step back on the O's like an Oladipo. Lilo on me stick, she think I'm a prick. Oceanside shawty, see so white, she work at Abercrombie. Shit, keep tryna miss Balenciaga with that Abercrombie fit. Mad Max, got some Rockies in my backpack. Remember when the nigga was having issues up in math class? Gotta mumble every song because I'm abstract. Man, I got that mumble crib, I gotta stack cash.
The last on your dial, but first in your heart, and that's the truth.
Thank God I ain't listen to y'all. I knew I was heaven sent. Had the blackish like Barack was president. Pull up to the house. I know all the people. Bad black shawties at my gangs like an Oladipo.
Yeah, little baby tryna stack that junk in the trunk, so I call her my little hatchback. Hey, come here, show me where your tats at. She got dudes tryna drop some money in her cash app. Last night we was going in a hurry, in a fofo, looking like a Brett Favre jersey. Like damn son, peeking out the whip, hella handsome. Light skin Bobby throwing Jimmy Choo tantrums. Yeah, talking hella fish. We weren't supposed to be here. How do you explain this? Yeah. All thanks to the godson, someone in the left field. I think God just caught one.
Thank God I ain't listen to y'all. I knew I was heaven sent. Had the blackish like Barack was president. Pull up to the house. I know all the people. Bad black shawties at my gangs like an Oladipo.
Jay, you did it again.
You don't know about this, huh? What? Yeah. Well, I heard you been holding that grudge. What? I heard. You ain't showing no love. Tryna move like that because what? Huh? What? Yeah. Well, you know we got it out there mud. If you blood a cuz, I'ma pray for the gang that's thug love.
Wanna talk about big facts? On the cross you did that. Don't get too friendly. Well, you better not send that. Yeah, the block I spit that. Well, you drop that penny. And he cut my sentence. Well, you watch my sins.
Pop my pot like soda. Cross movement reloaded. Part my drip like Moses. Part my drip on Moses. 1KF got soldiers. No limit take over. Straight from the Swan on Nola. Big move, we move bolder. Let go.
Shit strike me like bowling. S on me unloaded. Grace on me an ocean. Only a July we floating. Can't divide no quotients. 1K no questions. Red letters we quoted. 66 we just reloaded.
Chosen. Hammer for a round with a shotgun and looking for rabbits. Had a lot of ops and a lot of shotgun, been changing my habits. Big six, what up GDs? Motion picture, no TVs. I forgave my dad, he used to beat me. Now I'm showing love, that what he need.
Huh? What? Well, I heard you been holding that grudge. What? I heard. You ain't showing no love. Tryna move like that because what? Huh? What? Well, you know we got it out there mud. If you blood a cuz, I'ma pray for the gang that's thug love.
Time to stop the show. John Tanner, Ryan Righteous, DJ Jeremiah. We bringing the heat, man, this joint be fire like bruh. We in the field, we in the field, bruh. We in the field, we in the field. Just put it in work, we raising the bar. You tuned in to the track.
Hey, yo, what's cracking? It's your man Lecrae, aka Crazy Crayola, the bond servant. Right now, you listening to the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and Jeremiah. I see you, boy. Hold it down. Yeah.
Yeah, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. What's good?
All right, for all things Trackstarz, make sure you go to trackstarswithaz.com. Follow us on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube channel, download the app, leave us a review, and check out the merch. All right.
All right, so Jeremiah is not here today. Maya, his wife's birthday is today. So
Happy birthday,
give
Maya.
them a shout out online if you see him. If you know about Jeremiah, we are substituting one Chris for another. We got Chris Chicago in the building.
What did you do?
Yeah.
Look, here's the deal. DJ Jeremiah, I'm taking your seat for good, bro. I'm going to be the new third host on Trackstarz for the get.
Man, how
awesome.
are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to finally be back on Trackstarz. It's been like a decade, bro, since we've rocked together.
Yeah, I remember. It was a while back. You actually helped us shape kind of like our new direction because we were kind of, all over the place at one point. And I remember you telling us some things that were like, okay, I see what you're saying. It helped us focus and it really helped us kind of launch into a new space. So we appreciate you.
I don't remember that at all. You're gonna have to remind me what I said and where this was and what took place.
Let's get into
Flavor Fest.
Yeah, it was at Flavor Fest.
Okay,
So
I remember Flavor Fest. Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
But did I say something to you?
Yeah, it was. We jumped on your program for a second. It was between you and Derek. You guys were trying to tell us, at the time we were, playing all kinds of music that didn't really go together and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you guys suggested that we kind of focus the programming so that we would fit into, a programming slot. And at the time we were like, we didn't really think of that because we wanted to, be like all things, all people type thing, And focusing really helped us. It really kind of honed us in and, our audience started to appreciate it more because they felt like they were being spoken to directly versus just a scattershotting, content. So it really did help us.
And now look, you're the best in the game. You guys are the top.
We are definitely not the top. You guys, Waco, you there's people we have looked up to all this time, man. It's been 16 years, man, and we just been chasing you guys, man.
Yeah, standing shoulder to shoulder with you all.
I feel like I kind of stepped out of the national Christian hip hop spotlight though for a while because I had the syndicated show.
Yeah.
And then I did the Rapzilla thing until like 2019, but I was really focused on building this Christian hip hop radio station in Houston.
Yeah.
For the last 5-6 years, but all my attention was like centered right here in H-Town, right here in Texas.
Yeah.
And so like I wasn't really doing the national thing. I was really focused on Houston. So I feel like I was like in the shadows, bro, of like the national Christian hip hop scene for a while.
Well, tell them about the journey. I mean, we know you, but for the people that may be new to Christian hip hop altogether, like tell them how you got started and how you got to where you are now.
Man, y'all just played that 1K Few, the 1K Famo, what? I'm old enough, bro, to rock original cross movement, man. I remember when I was in high school, I'm dating myself here. I remember specifically ditching school, going to the Bible bookstore and buying Heaven's Mentality from the cross movement. So I've been rocking and in the world of Christian hip hop for a long, long time. I started out back in the day wanting to be a Christian rapper. And so, I did the Christian rap thing in New Mexico. I did a little touring, did a little EP, was really thinking that I was, I even talked to some labels in Nashville at one point.
Oh, man.
So I really, really thought I was going to be, this big Christian rapper. But radio, I got bit by the radio bug when I was really young, like 16. And so I got pulled in, I was volunteering at a Christian radio station. They had this hip hop show on Friday nights. And the host was like, you know a lot about Christian hip hop. Would you mind coming in on Friday nights and just helping me select the music? And that turned into answering some phones. That turned into me being a co-host. That turned into me being the host of this Christian hip hop show on Friday nights. And then that in 2003 is the show that I took syndicated. And so for years and years, I was on like 200 plus radio stations all over the world. And then that turned into Jam the Hype. And then I left Jam the Hype and I joined Rapzilla, and the Rapzilla show was syndicated on hundreds of stations all over the country. And then I'm giving you the quick versions. And then in 2016, I came to Houston, Texas, to put the first ever Christian hip hop radio station on the air on an FM station, 50,000 watt signal. We were reaching 200 plus listeners a month. 200,000 plus listeners a month.
Right.
And doing some big things in Houston. And then that came to an end early 2021. Quick little overview.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Chris, what kind of a reception did you get doing radio on the local end? Like, I know how you got the reception with Christian hip hop and all across the country and, with the different radio platforms and things like that. But locally, that's something that Trackstarz, we're in Atlanta, and we've always kind of said, well, people know us globally, people know us through the internet, but locally, we don't really put on that many events because we don't know who's going to show up. So how was that for you in the city, being local, like having the radio station be at different events and things of that nature?
Bro, there is absolutely nothing like local radio because you become a part of the community. I did the morning show for a while. I did afternoons for a while. And when you're like entrenched in the community, and Houston is it's the 4th largest city in America, 7 million plus people here in this metro. But man, we connected and we were received so well. Like even to this day, I haven't been live on the radio in Houston for over a year now. And I still go into public. I still get recognized. Oh, wow. People still come up and they're like, oh, can we get a picture with you? Like, this is a year since I've been on live radio in Houston. And it's weird. I can go to like the furthest, deepest parts of H-Town, downtown Houston, south, north, west. People are like, man, we love what you're doing. Like the city really connected and just getting to live life with these listeners and talk to them on the phone when they call your show. We had this text line. We had this like amazing community of texters that would live text our show when we were on live. And just getting to know these listeners was incredible. I still hear stories of people that like, yo, you impacted my life.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it's all about, because you want to, we love God. We're called to, we're called to something different. We're not just doing radio to do radio. We want to bring hope and encouragement and hopefully connect these listeners more deeper to Christ, right? And so I got to live that out several times doing live radio, local live radio. Did it in Albuquerque growing up, did it in Nashville for a while, and then doing it in Houston was a whole nother experience. Incredible. I hope one day you guys get to do live local radio,
man,
and just really get to connect with the listener.
Pray it, man.
That would
Pray
be
it.
dope.
Like we started, like, we talk about all the time. We started here in Atlanta radio, just working in the station, and it was always our dream to be able to come back and actually do local Atlanta radio. That's still something we've been praying about.
Do you know how well a Christian hip hop station would do in Atlanta?
It
like
would.
Of all cities, Atlanta's like the market.
Yes.
Like somebody just needs to open their wallet and put it on the air, bro.
And it used to exist. It wasn't a station, but we had a morning show, and today is a better time for it than it was back then. So yeah,
absolutely. But I mean, it needs to be done on a large scale.
Yes.
I'm talking about a 100,000 watt, 50,000 watt signal, a signal that reaches the whole city, a marketing budget, enough budget to go spread billboards throughout the town, put on events, be able to pay personalities in everyday part, like really do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like really do a Christian hip hop radio station in Atlanta. I think of all the markets in America, in all the markets in the world, Atlanta would be that spot.
Yeah.
Wow.
We want to
Dear
see it
God,
happen.
make it happen. We're praying right now. God,
yes,
put some CHH in
yes.
Atlanta.
Yeah, even if we're not a part of it, we just needs to happen, man. There's so many artists here. It just needs to happen. So yeah, we've been praying for that for 16 years, literally. So
I mean, imagine Lecrae, right? He's in town and saying, "Hey, Lecrae, bro, you want to do the morning show? You come,
he
do
would
your
love
show
that.
live." come do your show live, and then go do whatever you do the rest of the day. Be with your family. Run Reach Records.
Yeah.
Continue to pave the path for the future of Christian hip hop. But can you imagine though? Like Atlanta could be the city to have somebody like Lecrae doing mornings or having their own show, and that would be huge.
Yeah, and especially now that he's getting into content, like he's doing content on his YouTube channel, so I think it'll be a perfect spot for him. And
he's a gifted communicator, right? Like he's good.
Yeah.
All right, it's done. I'm moving to Atlanta with the house.
All right, come on.
Let's go.
Chris Chicago and the Trackstarz. we're gonna build it right there in Atlanta. We're
Chris
Atlanta.
Let's go.
So all we need,
Chicago.
all we need to do is get a couple of $1 million and get one of these signals, and we're good to go.
No, bro. Not a couple of million. You're probably looking at like 15 to 20 million, bro. Get us like $20 million. If somebody's listening right now, you got $20 million just hanging out. Write the check. We'll make it happen. We'll come build this radio station in Atlanta for $20 million. We can make it happen.
We need to have you.
We know somebody. We'll make a call. We know somebody. We'll make a call.
Lecrae's got 20 million, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's got to have 20 million at this point.
Yeah.
So Chris, tell them what you're working on now.
Man, so working on a lot of stuff. You know, I can't leave radio. Like radio is like entrenched in me. So I was God put it on my heart about a year ago. It's like, all right, it's time to build it again. Like I've built so many, just like, you know, like Jam the Hype, you know, and built that, turned that into a 24/7 internet station, which we were reaching 30 to 50,000 listeners a month.
That's crazy.
And Jam the Hype's like heyday, bro. When we were doing the you guys were on the station. With Jam the Hype, you guys were a big part of that. And then you know, I moved to Houston, got to do it on a much larger scale with the FM. So you know what? Brand new radio station. It's announced. I've actually not talked about it anywhere on any show, on any web. So this is the first right now.
Exclusive. Yeah.
It's SoFlo Radio. SoFlow radio.com. We're 24/7. Like we're a full-blown Christian hip hop radio station. We call ourselves the Christian hip hop station.
Yes. Yes.
So it's
awesome.
It's your boy Chris Chicago, SoFlo Radio, the Christian hip hop station. I'm back doing mornings with my co-host from Houston. Her name is Lil Ange, and so that, you know, we were a big show in Houston, so a lot of listeners are excited to have that show back on the radio. We got Gerard Bonner from Bonnerfied, the Bonnerfied Experience. He's doing afternoons. We got this dope dude named Rajan. We got this guy named Brooknam. I'm trying to get your agents on the phone so I can, you know, maybe sign a deal with Trackstarz. You know, sign you guys to like a 5-year deal. Trying to get Trackstarz. But SoFlo Radio, man, like we're the Christian hip hop station. And one thing that I wasn't able to do in Houston is, you know, I was kind of my hand was kind of forced to. I wanted, you know, to be as hip hop as we could. But my hand was kind of forced, you know, to play some of the pop stuff too. So there's no room for that on SoFlo Radio, the Christian hip hop station. Christian hip hop is what you're getting. You're not gonna get any of the pop stuff because that's what really Christian radio does. You know, like if they put Christian hip hop on the air, they feel like they also have to infuse it with all the pop stuff too. And pop is great, but like I just want a specific dedicated channel doing radio well, but just playing Christian hip hop and showing that it can be done in a big way. So that's SoFloRadio.com, also on Live 365, and on your iHeartRadio app as well.
Well, God bless you, Chris. That's awesome.
That's
effort.
so great.
That's awesome effort. And
that's so great.
And I know if you put your mind to it, it's gonna turn into something crazy,
bro. It's gonna be crazy. Like I'm so proud of the team that we have already on the air. It's what do they call it? It's a work of love or something. I put a lot of work into SoFlo Radio, so to have it on the air. The website just launched. We're excited to have the website on. We're working on an app, but you know, to be on iHeartRadio, the iHeartRadio app has been huge, and we're seeing, and we haven't even started any marketing or telling people about it. And listeners are coming, bro. They're finding the station, And I'm just so excited, man. I think that this is going to be huge. It's because I feel like it sounds dope already.
Yeah.
And it's only
it does.
It's only going to sound better.
Man,
Yeah, that sounds great.
Oh, look, it's on the screen.
Oh yeah.
So if you're wondering how to spell it, yes, SoFlo Radio. SoFloRadio.com is the website.
Yep.
Oh, so dope.
Oh, somebody
Chris,
said
what's
they
the-
missed me. Those lower thirds. Sorry, I'm
Chris-
distracted. I'm a squirrel.
No, you're good. You're good. Squirrel. What is the hardest thing that you've encountered so far about starting your own radio station?
Bro, it's not cheap, man.
Yeah.
It's not cheap. So luckily I have a partner,
Mhm.
and he's really put a lot of money into starting
Okay.
this radio station because
Praise God.
I mean
Yes.
we've already spent lots of money.
Yeah,
and then so the monthly bills too are already we're already capped out. Like I have this budget, and he was like, yo man, like we're there. Like we can't spend any more a month. So the beautiful thing is that we did the 501c3.
Yeah.
And so we're a nonprofit, and so we could do the tax deductible thing.
Yeah.
And we really can do the listener supported route. So we're hoping that as we get into this, that listeners, they're going to believe in it's a ministry. They're going to believe in the fact that this radio station is reaching people. It's going to change lives. It's going to impact culture. And so we really believe that listeners are going to want to support the ministry of SoFlo Radio. And so we'll be listener supported. The station will be powered by listeners, and they'll be able to give online at SoFloRadio.com. But that's been one of the hardest parts is the money situation, because I don't like to do anything I don't like to do things halfway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't like to do things that are not professional. So we have the best, and this is technical talk, but automation software that actually runs the radio station, the music and stuff. We have the best software, which is going to allow us to do bigger things in the future. So just doing, and plus I don't have a team like an Engine. I had a huge marketing budget. I had a team that I could delegate tasks to. I had an assistant, I had all of that, you know what I mean? And now it's me in a shed in my backyard in Houston. This is a shed, bro. I call this the shed quarters. It's a built
the
out
shed quarters.
The shed quarters. It's a built
I
out
love
shed,
it.
but it's just me, bro. So I'm like,
there's
I think, as we move forward, building a team and getting more money into the operation, those are going to be the biggest challenges.
Yeah.
Awesome. I see that nice electro voice mic in front of you. I see the edge of a little mixer console. You guys are doing good.
Yeah, so the mixer console down here, and I don't think you can see it too well. Oh, okay. So this is actually, the radio station right here. So this is, SoFlo Radio that's airing right now. This is the mixing console. You've got some processing back here. This is an RE27 microphone.
Sounds great.
God has really blessed us, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you heard it, guys. If you want to support, make sure you go check them out. Listener supported. And I assume you guys could take ads too, business ads?
Yeah, so we're not regulated by the FCC, so we can do some different advertising on the website or on the radio stream as well. And look, I'm not asking you right now listening to give to SoFlo Radio. We'll trust God for that. But I am asking for you to do is check it out, go listen to it. Right? So pull it up on your phone, listen to the music, let us know what we could be doing better, give us some feedback, let us know. So definitely don't take this as me coming on Trackstarz asking your listeners for money. Not doing that.
No.
But definitely
No.
We're asking.
definitely check out the stream though if you can.
No, Chris, I'm asking. Go and support this thing. Blow this up. Literally, we've been working on this for 16 years, praying for things like this to exist. Go make sure this is supported, because when people jump out there and spend all this money and all this time, I'm telling you, it's frustrating when nobody actually jumps in and supports it. Like, you say you want things like this, and here it is. So go and flood it. Make their numbers go crazy, because it's easier to get advertisers and more exposure when you can show numbers that are like, look, people want this. you have to show that you want it so that they can get more and more and more. So this is it. This is a big moment. This is a huge announcement. Go and support this. This has to be successful for us to continue doing this years and years on. We've been doing this. How long have you been doing this, Chris?
Long time. I'm an old man. Look, somebody hit the. Do you guys have sound effects? Somebody hit the fog.
I got like
somebody
three.
hit the foghorn for Sean over here.
I don't have one of those.
Bro, thank you for the love, man.
I have that.
Okay, we'll do a little record scratch. No, I've been doing it for a long time. I'm an old man. A long time, bro. I've been in the game for a minute.
All I'm saying is this is not like some fly-by-night stuff. Like we've been
no fly-by-night stuff.
Especially in the radio game, we've all been working on this for a very, very long time. So please support, man. Like this is dream come true stuff. Having our own place, our own, not having to answer to anybody and like we've been kicked off so many stations because they wanted to change our show, So like this has to be work so that we can have shows like this. Wado, Chris Chicago, Trackstarz, other radio people that are coming up, other podcasters.
And that's the thing, bro. I want this radio station to be a home for the community, right? For the culture.
Yeah.
So Trackstarz, bro, bring Wado, even an open invitation to Crew Nation. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's all have a radio station that we could call our home that could really be like I said, we call ourselves the Christian hip hop station.
Yeah.
So like if we're going to call ourselves the Christian hip hop station, then we got to be a home for everybody who's out there grinding in the world of Christian hip hop, right?
Yes.
So let's come together, man, and let's reach the people. Let's put a dope radio station out there.
That's
I
awesome,
think even right now, SoFlo Radio is dope. We're doing some dope things.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's
You'll
wonderful.
be doper
Chris,
when you guys are on the radio station.
We're ready.
Oh, we're ready to send. We're ready to send.
We're trying to we want to be a daily show one day. So
that's what I'm saying. I want you guys daily. Yeah. I want to have the Trackstarz Daily Show on SoFlo Radio. We'll get there. That's where the problem.
You can't imagine how hurt we were seeing Will Smith slap Chris and know that we could not talk about it for another 6 days. That's a crime. Trackstarz should be able to talk about that the day after. It has to happen.
Because now people are sick of hearing about it. And it's like, oh my God. What did somebody? I think it was it Andy Mineo or somebody?
Yeah,
said,
I saw his tweet.
Or Marty from Social Club said on Twitter, he's like, I really wish somebody would talk about this.
Right? Yeah.
Obviously, being very sarcastic.
All right, stay tuned. We'll talk about it next. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go. Hey, look, I know how hard it can be. I'm an artist as well. And whenever you release a song you think is dope, you're like, man, this is going to be the one. You have to go through the process of marketing. That's the hard part. That's when it really, really, really gets serious, right? Because even if you got a dope song and nobody knows about it, it's going to be a flop. So if you know the process, that means you got to go to each website, follow their submission rules, email them, do whatever they need you to do one at a time. These outlets do not like to be spammed. They do not like to be put on DCC lists, email spam lists. But never fear, we have come up with a way to solve this problem. We created something called the Single Maximizer. Single Maximizer allows you to fill in the details for your song one time, and we customize it for each outlet and send it out to all of them for you. Not in a mass email, not as spam, individual emails customized exactly what they asked for in their music submission guidelines. It's an amazing tool. We use it for ourselves and our own music, and we're trying to share it with you guys. So go to trackstarz.com/single maximizer. Take advantage of it right now. It's an amazing tool. Check it out. Let us know your success stories. Tell us what works. Trackstarz.com. Go check it out right now.
Turn me up. Only going up with you pray for me. Only begun this way to see, yeah. Hey, knock, knock, knock. Yep, I heard the block is hot. Wait, that might be the ops. Wait till we get to the top. Look, wait a sec, shows it out the check. Still got no regrets. Boy, my pap been set since 1997. When you in the set, but you ain't from the set. Never fit in that, so it's Billy till I'm dead. Just got born again, but talking like a vet. Spirit on me can't get caught with
at the tech. In a lonely place, yeah. My whole life a mess. Yahweh made me there. I tatted on my neck. Ooh. West side and I'm tapped in. I'm on no cap like a Baptist. I'm on light movie, no acting. I'm on white bad but no actress. Bro, I'm too old for them tactics. And these miracles, no magic. Cause I might flow but no hat tricks in my, yup. Hey, hometown was still lacking. Put them all on my back then. Didn't know me, that's back then. Funny thing how an M turned into an L on the back end. So I'm any tribe to the casket. I got no boss in my masters. And it's 4 a.m. What's a holiday? Daddy work like 80 hours a week. I'm only on the way. Grinding, keep my mind off my depression. At least that's what I say. Grandma died and I was in a session. See no light of day. Whoa. Hey, money can't fix that. Mamas can't get back. Tryna keep every single promise that the kid had. Tryna find a way to stay honest in this thing, man. And tell you where I've been, but it's so crazy. Look, my God made a way for me. Only going up, would you pray for me? Only begun this way to see, yeah. Hey, knock, knock, knock. Yep, I heard the block is hot. Wait, that might be the ops. Wait till we get to the top. Yeah, I don't need no rollie if I ain't getting no time of day. All this smoke is holy, the altar color we running phase. When I talk to my OGs, they say I'm juicing no OJ. Don't piss on my bros, that be KO and not OK. John, how you talking that vet talk? You ain't even in old age. God made me his kid, I can't get stuck in my old ways. Shout out to my day ones, while we ain't that boy no James. You don't know where we been, you be drop like no way. Hold up, wait a sec, shows it at the check. Still got no regrets. Boy, my pap been set since 1997. When you in the set, but you ain't from the set. Never fit in that, so it's village till I'm dead. Just got born again, but talking like a vet. Spirit on me can't get caught without the tech. In a lonely place, yeah. My whole life a mess. Yahweh made me there. I tatted on my neck.
Yo, what up? It's your girl Porsha Love, and you wanna feel with who? The Trackstarz.
All right, entertainment report time. Okay, producer Will Packard says that the LAPD was ready to arrest Will Smith. The Think Like a Man producer who led the Oscars' first all-black production team on Sunday night exclusively sat down with ABC News and stated that the LAPD were prepared to arrest Will Smith. Packard stated they were saying, you know, it's his battery, right? That was the words that they were using at the moment. They said they could go in and get him. They were prepared. The LAPD put out a statement saying we are prepared to go get him right now. You can press charges. You can arrest him. They were laying out all the options for Chris Rock to take if he wanted to, but Chris was very dismissive and he said, no, I'm fine. He does not want to press charges. So the police were offering to speak to Will directly, and his representatives would not go and get Will. The LAPD did put out a statement saying that Chris Rock declined to press charges. Therefore, a investigative report would not be filled out. So there you have it. What do you guys think about, him not getting arrested versus the LAPD wanting to go in and arrest him?
I'm gonna save some of my thoughts about that till after, but I think I agree with Chris. I would have done the same thing.
I would have too. I think the slap heard around the world was enough for us to be like, okay, how do we proceed past this moment? Okay, Maverick City will perform at the Grammys. It's been almost 20 years since they've had a gospel or a Christian artist perform at the Grammys. The Maverick City ascendancy continues unabated as the worship team is going to perform at the 2022 Grammys alongside performers like Lil Nas X, Olivia Rodrigo, Jack Harlow, Billie Eilish, and Silk Sonic. Mav City will bring a song of praise to the 2022 Grammys. A press release calls this the first time in 20 years that a gospel or a Christian artist has performed at the Grammys, which well depends on how you squeeze that balloon. In 2017, Chance the Rapper did team up with Kirk Franklin for How Great, a cover from Chris Tomlin's How Great. And it sure seemed like it could have been a Christian performance, but Chance the Rapper. There's the word is still out. But there was also a rendition of Brian McKnight, Al Green, Hezekiah Walker, and CeCe Winans performing a medley at the 2002 Grammys. But as it remains to be seen, it's been almost 20 years since a gospel performance has been at the Grammys. And other CHH news, Stephen Malcolm and Snoop Dogg. Stephen Malcolm is not a stranger to working with mainstream artists like Shaggy, but now Stephen Malcolm is getting ready to drop his new album, Tree, and a track Summertime Remix features Jay Way, the hip hop legend Snoop Dogg, and they're even about to do a music video. What do you all think about that? Snoop in a music video with Stephen Malcolm.
Snoop Dogg, man, I think it's as a lover of hip hop, I mean, can you even imagine like getting to do a music video with the legend?
Yeah, I can't imagine what that's gonna look like.
Can you imagine if Snoop Dogg popped on to co-host some Trackstarz? Like that would just be, I mean, who cares what Snoop Dogg, what he believes or, or what he does? He's Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? You just want to you want to hang out with Snoop Dogg. My question is though, here's my question. I mean, you're doing a song with Snoop Dogg. You have an album called Trees. What does that really mean, bro?
Don't announce it, Steven. Don't announce it. We can't take another one. Also, in the CHH news, God Over Money announces their group project. The date has been announced. God Over Money, Bizzle, Bumps, INF, Dayton, Say Lotta Corner, AI The Anomaly, and Jared Sanders have a group project coming out in a trailer shot by Ryan Lamar's Red Gorilla Entertainment film crew. It was announced for April 29th that there will be a release date. It's called Us Against the World. It's good to see the project finally drop, as they have been rumored and have whispered this existence for over 2 years now. So we expect a tour announcement from this, do we not? The fellow project members have yet to say so, but they want you to enjoy the full God Over Money experience by taking it to the streets. So that's pretty cool. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, I'm friends with Bizzle, so I happen to know the answer to that question on whether or not they're going to take that on the road, take that on tour. So I know the answer, but I ain't going to say it.
Okay, cool. I mean, I think it would be amazing.
Are they going to go on the road? I ain't going to tell you.
Yeah. But it's interesting to bring all those styles together on one project. I mean, just thinking about the collaboration from song to song is really, really such a cool idea.
Bro, lyricists, man.
Yeah.
Some of the best
God.
lyricists in Christian hip hop right there in God Over Money. I mean, yeah, it's going to be ridiculous, bro.
Yes. All right. And for your Cop It section, we got 1K Few, Few Skylark 2, which is on SoundCloud only. We have Bria Miles, Heesan Lee, is it Prestavia? Mahogany Jones, Me single, Aha Gazelle, The Journey single, Jay Monty, Pastor Monty single, God Over Money, The Rock single, Reconcile, I Know That You're With Me single, DJ Lost and Found, Foolish single, Aaron Dews, Peace of Mind single, Milk and Feel Good playlist. Make sure that you are listening to the Trackstarz Milk and Feel Good playlist on Spotify. It's an opportunity for you to get a mix of Christian hip hop, right? So we got the Feel Good and then we got the Milk, the hard hitting stuff. So make sure you go and check out the Milk and Feel Good playlist by the Trackstarz on SoundCloud and Spotify. All right. That's it for me, Sean. You got anything you want to announce?
Nah. All right, Chris, tell them one more time how to support your new endeavor.
Yeah, check it out. Go listen to the best in Christian hip hop, the Christian hip hop station, SoFloRadio.com. Look for SoFlo Radio, Live 365, iHeartRadio. We would love for you to be a listener. I mean, I think it's dope. I think you'll think it's dope. So come listen to some great hip hop.
Awesome. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let's go. All right, so we have time.
You haven't already signed up for Nectar distribution?
honestly, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, so let me tell you about it. You get unlimited uploads of your music throughout the year. You also keep 100% of the rights. You get to use our one-of-a-kind single maximizer tool, in which not only do we push your music to the streaming sites like Spotify, Google Play, and Tidal, but we also push it to music blogs so you can get more eyes on your music. And the best part about it is, it's only $19.99. No, not a month, but a year. Again, what are you doing? I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go ahead and sign up today for Nectar distribution at nectardistro.com, and we'll see you inside.
Devil on my soda, almost lost it all. I been tripping, still talk, lit talk. 40 cal, got on back. Sport the block, they gon' double back. I want change, I can't double back. And these streets gon' kill me up. And these streets talk, and these streets talk. And they know something, they know something. I know something, I know something, I know something. And these streets won't let me leave, yeah. And these streets won't let me leave. And these streets won't let me. Ooh, yeah. And these streets won't let me.
Look, I found death in the rag, stress in the bag, billing the hell with a definite sag. I would consult with the devil for cash. It led me to trap and I fell in it fast. House licks, 3 of days, brown liquor, weed and hate, stout pits and them clout fits. When that drought hit, you gon' see the rage. I went to funeral strap, prepared to kill and have another one. I knew but disregarded Christ like Mary can have another son. I did enough dirt to fill a grave when I was feeling brave. The cemetery plotted, but it never got to see my name. AR in my pants, walking like I got a prosthetic leg. Can't tell my whole testimony, some stuff I just never said. Christ bled every drop of life and I need it all. Cause there's a gangster in my flesh that the streets call.
I still love you like I don't love myself. Every time I'm with you, I lose more of myself. When I be drowning, you only in my bag. My money had got low and I was calling you back. And these streets won't let me leave, yeah. And these streets won't let me leave, yeah. And these streets won't let me. Ooh, yeah. And these streets won't let me. Ooh, yeah.
Look, feet to the ground as soon as the sun out. Getting bread to make a killing by night. With the money, just like my daddy, man, and run out. Plus we shooting each other, killing on sight. Blind to the trickery of the enemy. Guzzling Hennessy, lost my identity. Riding around on that brand new Infinity. A young buck at the plug in Tennessee. Big money with my little cousin. Round a gang of bloods, he be still cousin, man, that's my dog. Only people close to us know he wasn't real cousin, but I still love him like his mama my auntie. Got the phone call, it can't be. Somebody shot him up. I wish I was there, I would've got him up. In the fire back, I'd have shot first. But after that, it would've got worse, cause I was already saved when it happened. I was still about to get it cracking, late night cries. Deep inside, I wanna slide back, but that's a backslide. I've been born again and getting baptized. In the spirit realm, I'm about Shaq size.
Devil on my soda, almost lost it all. I been tripping, still talk, lit talk. 40 cal, got on back. Sport the block, they gon' double back. I want change, I can't double back. And these streets gon' kill me up. And these streets talk, and these streets talk. And they know something, they know something. And these streets won't let me leave, yeah. And these streets won't let me leave, yeah. And these streets won't let me. Ooh, yeah. And these streets won't let me. Ooh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Preach Won't Let Me Live is a song, you know, it's a phrase, it's so meaningful when I break it down. It's from any standpoint. Like I lost a homie the other day, putting his I think she was 9 months, his daughter, putting her in the back seat of the car. Some dudes pulled up and gunned him down, bro, right in front of his kid. You know, Anthony is his name, man. I seen him grow up. I knew his daddy. You know, I used to run the streets with his daddy, and his daddy. We lost his daddy some years back too, in the same exact, almost in the same area, like right there in the same area, the same way.
Yeah.
You know, this young brother, man, who I call my homie, was he just graduated culinary school, man. He was finna be a cook. You know, he trying to change. He doing it right, man. Bro, I'm having a baby, doing his thing, and the streets won't let you live.
Right.
What's up? It's AI the Anomaly, and I am in the field with the Trackstarz, so y'all better stay tuned.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Shantana, DJ Jeremiah. We got Chris Chicago in for Jeremiah today. And we have time to do another Noteworthy. Again, if you want to send us a Noteworthy, it's a way to send us anonymous letters so we can talk about them and not feel embarrassed. And just get some, kind of like counsel from other Christians, just to help you through what you're going through. All right, this one is interesting. It's a lighter one, I think, because we're probably talking about some heavy stuff later. But this one, let's see, try to get through this. This one is called Toxic Grandparent. Or Toxic Grandma. Y'all ready? All right, let's do it. Toxic Grandparent. Hey, Trackstarz, I love the show and what you provide for the Christian space. Your way of bringing those to Christ. I have discovered that my grandmother is extremely toxic and a narcissist. I do not want to cut her off because I am her only grandson. What do you do when you love someone but need to distance yourself for your own mental health and sanity? She is 75 years old, and I do not know what to do with her or even what to say to her because I honestly feel like nothing I would say would help. She doesn't listen to me, she doesn't take criticism well, and she gaslights me when I don't agree with her stances or reasoning. If I can get some sound wisdom on toxic grandparents for this day and time in 2022, this would be greatly appreciated. Toxic grandma, what y'all think?
You know the problem is, it's so many places you can go with that. Like,
yep.
Is grandma rolling weed? Like, so many things grandma could be doing.
I was gonna say that sounds like a rock band, bro. Toxic Grandma.
Yeah,
I'd buy that. I'd buy that album, bro.
I have to confess that when we brought this up in the meeting, I was dying laughing, and
I've never heard you laugh that hard.
Not because I feel bad for the guy. I'm sorry that you're having to go through this, but just those words next to each other were just so funny to me. Toxic grandma. All right, so let's take grandma out of it. Do you have a toxic family member? How do you deal with toxic family members? Because the grandma part is a little bit funny. Now, I didn't always have the best relationship with my grandmother, so I understand what he's saying, but toxic is that's a strong word. So do you have any toxic family members, and how do you deal with them?
I think anytime you deal with anybody that's narcissistic, is that the word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's a narcissist, like, bro, like, I agree, that's the word, man. It's toxic. I mean,
yeah,
narcissists are like not fun to deal with. All they do, they think about themselves. They could care less about your feelings. And I think toxic is not the strong word there. If she's truly is a narcissist, like, those people are hard to deal with. You know what I mean? Really hard to deal with in life, especially if it's your grandmother. And you want to try to get yourself away from toxic people or people who are narcissists. So yeah, it's tough though when it's your grandmother though.
Yeah, it is. It is. So the first thing that came to mind when you read this, Sean, is that I've been watching this show on Netflix. It's about like racing because, I'm into like cars and stuff like that. And the guy in the show has a grandmother that he's always kind of like babysitting, like, come on, grandma, cut this out, grandma. And her issues is that she smokes cigarettes, she drinks, and she gambles. So he's always hiding her cigarettes, pulling the alcohol away from her and saying, come on, we got to go. Don't you put another card on the table. And she's like, I was just about to win and you snatched the cards out of my hand. So my thought is a couple of things. And I this is the first time I've ever had to ask for a follow-up to tell us what grandma's been doing that's toxic. But I'm just kind of guessing that maybe if she is a Christian, right, she's on the fence, or if she's not a Christian, she's doing a lot of things that he feels are just like really mean, really upsetting things. And so he's trying to figure out, like, do I cut her off and just let her do her own thing? Or do I try to speak to her? Because it sounds like he wants to instill the love of Christ in her and like, approach her in a godly, loving manner. but he's having a hard time trying to decide whether or not he wants to do that. He says he's the only grandson, so he's got some cousins that might be able to like maybe sit down and do an intervention with grandma or something. But to me, it seems like I don't have anybody toxic in my family, right? I've been blessed and so fortunate. I thank God all the time, and I can't say it enough on a platform like this, that everyone on both sides, my father's side and my mother's side, have been saved since I've been born. Like, we have never had a non-believer in the family. So I don't necessarily know what that feels like to deal with somebody who you just say, hey, you're tripping and God is watching you. You don't have the chance to instill that. But for this particular purpose, I definitely need to know a little bit more of the backstory. And I hope that he can find a way to kind of give grandma intervention. Somebody on the call said some really funny stuff that I don't want to repeat, because Trackstarz conference calls are for love and peace and all that unity. But it was hilarious to think that someone could cut their grandmother off and just kind of go a whole different direction from loving grandma.
I will say this. I'm trying my best with this. Okay. This is your grandmother, right? You're her only grandson. I can't imagine what could be so bad that she does that you couldn't figure out a way to deal with this. Like my grandmother right now is in the hospital. You may not have that much longer with your grandmother, so like I said, I didn't get along with my grandmother. I wouldn't never call her toxic, but I didn't get along with her for various reasons. But it's your grandmother. Like, I mean, I would have never thought to complain about my grandmother like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's your grandmother. So I think you just got to find it in yourself to be like, that's who she is. She's 75. She's probably who she is, So do your best to love her. If she needs something from you. Like, I don't know. I never even wanted to get into an argument with my grandmother. Like, I don't care if she doesn't like what I think or disagree. Who cares? It's my grandmother. She could do whatever she wants. So I would just take that kind of like, just be a humble grandson. Let her say whatever she wants to say, as long as she's not like, physically harming you. I just don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Just, you got to have to deal with it. I think that's you just have to deal with it. Again, you, like Ryan said, you're going to have to give us some more details about what exactly she's doing. Maybe it's like unbearable, but I just think like, while you have her, just find ways to love her, man. Like you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah. 75. We know life expectancy in the world here. So in America, so she's probably not going to be around that much longer. And also I'll say this, prayer is a powerful thing. What the Holy Spirit can do is incredible. And we have to remember that. So pray for grandma, but just, I love your, Sean, I love your advice there. I think that's probably the best thing you could do.
And again, I don't want to minimize his situation. I mean, there's been some terrible grandmothers on television that I can remember, in Encanto, Euphoria. I mean, there's been some terrible people on television that I can understand. Like, okay, if it's that bad, okay, I get it. But I would just have to look through all of that. No matter how bad my grandmother is, you couldn't say nothing about her. You come at her sideways, you still catching it. Like, I mean, there's nothing she could do that she would lose my care. You know what I mean? So I would find a way to just, hey, that's who she is. That's what created me. So let me just work my way through it. I appreciate this Noteworthy, though, because this is one of the first Noteworthies in probably the last 8 that isn't about sex. It isn't about, some horrible thing, which we still want those, because I know you guys are dealing with that. But it was just interesting to see one that was, to me, a little light. I know it's probably not light for him or her, but to me, it was a little bit lighter. So we just want you to know that you can send in whatever you want. Like, even if your grandmother is annoying, like, send in whatever it is that's bothering you guys, and we'll talk about it. So I just wanted to prove that to you guys.
You think one of the other issues might be that grandma's a Rolling Stone?
What does that mean? Like, who cares?
Meaning that she's always got somebody else that she's entertaining. Like, you think he's looking around like, okay, you just got too much of, like, you're sowing too much of your wild oats.
So what?
I think it matters. I think all that matters.
No, but why would you care about that? Like, why would that bother you? Like, so what?
What I heard him say, is grandma stoned?
Again, she's 75. Leave her alone.
Maybe that
Yeah.
maybe a little puff pass might be good for grandma.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, little medical situation, you know?
Yes,
Yeah.
I can't imagine what he is talking about. Like gaslighting grandma. I can't imagine.
You know what? You know the perfect character he could be describing? Do you remember the grandmother on Wedding Crashers? You remember how Owen Wilson Owen Wilson described her when she was like, "I'm so sorry for my grandmother," and he's like, she's mean and she's old, and she's like really just cold, and she's like, she's not going to be around much longer, but she's old. Why is she going to change now? Like, it's a hilarious scene. You got to go back and see that on Wedding Crashers. Hilarious.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know how else to help you, bro. Like, hang in there. Yeah, I just think this is something you're gonna have to work through, and just pray for yourself that you can handle her. Like, she obviously needs you.
Yeah.
Like, I assume she's always talking to you, always calling you. So obviously you provide something of value to her. So just keep doing that. All right, let's get back into it. You in the field with the track stars, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Let go.
You are listening to the Track Stars with Sean Tanner, Ryan Righteous, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're in the field with the Track Stars.
Track stars.
Track Stars. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, and DJ Jeremiah.
Right now, you're listening to the Track Stars.
You know what time it is.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Name Gate, you Trackstarz music artist, and you are in the field with the family Trackstarz Radio.
Trackstarz Radio.
We got it in the field. Trackstarz. Get it, got it, good.
Ain't no podcast beef. We got respect for y'all.
Yeah.
But respect the grind, baby. Respect the grind. I gotta go get the flex bombs today. Respect the grind.
Nah, for real, that's what I told God. Like, little kids.
Keep the bad kings walking.
I don't wanna hurt no more. Can't cover these wounds, don't even wear shirts no more. Feel my pain, had to get out of dirt for sure. Pull up with the gang, you know it's vertical. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt no more. And it's way too hard not to take it personal. Dripping his grace, you know he merciful. 1K gang, you know it's vertical. Vertical. I just wanna go numb, no I can't run, just in the sun, whoa, whoa. Dripping the sun, they got water in lawns, making it up like a song, whoa. Why they snatch on my heart? Oh well, look at these scars. I don't wanna hurt no more. Why I gotta be so hard? Pop a perky, 30 Steph Curry, I don't wanna feel, I don't wanna deal, cause it's too real. The pain kills in a meal, but I'm here. Call Burton, get a body bag. Call Ralph, we need polo bags. Calling God, trying to tap in. Crazy ride, but I'm strapped in. I don't wanna hurt no more. Can't cover these wounds, don't even wear shirts no more. Feel my pain, had to get out of dirt for sure. Pull up with the gang, you know it's vertical. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt no more. And it's way too hard not to take it personal. Dripping his grace, you know he merciful. 1K gang, you know it's vertical. Vertical.
I
I just went up like a spaceship. Took my glory on me on that basic. Took a break, now I'm back, had to chase it. I gotta keep going hard like I'm racing. In the city, you know we get litty though. Baking my party, but I'm getting plenty though. Too much ice around my neck and get chilly though. All these cars I'm baking, guy, he can hear me though. Brother, go up on them, can't get too stuck on them. Hurt them, my heart, but I never give up on them. I'm with the glory, so call it the gang gang. This is my story, pray you get the same chain. All this water on me like I'm fishing. Crush me once, I bet you wanna miss me. She did it, devil try to trick me. I'm with God cruising through the city. I'm with God cruising through the city. I gotta keep going, trying to break the Guinness. I'm trying to stay holy, but it's getting risky. I gotta keep going. I don't wanna hurt no more. Can't cover these wounds, don't even wear shirts no more. Feel my pain, had to get out of dirt for sure. Pull up with the gang, you know it's vertical. Yeah, I don't wanna hurt no more. And it's way too hard not to take it personal. Dripping his grace, you know he merciful. 1K gang, you know it's vertical. Vertical.
What's good? It's Zonti. We follow Jesus. You know the movement. You're in the field with the Trackstarz. Yes, sir.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah, Chris Chicago in the building with us as well. All right, Trackstarz here with the fresh news. So we're not going to talk about what happened. I'm sure you've heard several people talk about
The
what happened.
slap heard around the world. Is that what you're talking about?
Literally, everything cool happens after the show on Saturday. So
Right,
we have to wait a week to catch up to everything. So I don't want to talk about what actually happened. You've heard that.
Just wait until the Grammys happen tomorrow, right?
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the reaction to what happened. To me, that's been a lot more interesting. I've been just kind of seeing how people have reacted along racial lines, celebrities versus non-celebrities. Like, I think it's been interesting to see because honestly, after it happened, my wife showed it to me. Like right after it happened, I'm like, wow, okay. And I went online thinking, okay, the reaction should be exactly the same, right? You know, Will was wrong, shouldn't have happened, blah, 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 whatever. It was not. It was all over the place. I was like, oh my gosh, what? I didn't know everybody disagreed so much about everything. And what did you guys see? And what do you think that means for our culture that we can't even agree on somebody literally going up and hitting somebody in the face being wrong? What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Chris.
I've always been of the opinion, if you've rocked with me for a long time, I've probably said it 100 times that I feel like getting punched in the face builds character. I feel like everybody at some point in their life should get punched in the face. You know, I feel like it builds character, you know what I mean? But, you know, the older I get, you know, the more I guess love and compassion I have, and the more I realize that, you know, you can't really condone violence. Violence is not the answer. You're seeing a lot of that in this situation. But here's where my thoughts go. In the 1980s, the Oscars were like the Super Bowl. Millions of people tuned in. It was a big deal. People talked about the Oscars.
Yeah, it was.
Fast forward to last year, you know, 2021, the lowest ratings that show's ever received. No one cares.
No.
Nobody cares about the Oscars, the Academy Awards. No one's talking about it. So there's a small part of me that's like, these are all paid actors. Chris Rock, actor. Will Smith, actor. Will Smith just dropped a book. Chris Rock getting ready to go on his comedy tour. Is there a chance?
Chris Chicago, are you a conspiracy theorist?
I am.
You believe this was fake?
There's a big part of me that believes this was fake. 100%. How can you not watch this and look at Chris Rock kind of lean into it, kind of with his smile on? Get slapped. I mean, in the way Will Smith slaps him in this big dramatic way, and then Will Smith turns, he's got a little smirk on his face, and he struts back to his wife, and Chris Rock kind of stands there. Even in the audience, people thought it was a skit because it looked
it did.
fake.
It looked fake up until he started cussing with the top of his lungs at him when he sat
had
down.
to do that because here we are a week later, and guess what we're doing? We're still talking about the Oscars. We're still talking about Will Smith. We're still talking about Chris Rock. You know what I mean? It's like all of a sudden the Oscars, the Academy Awards, it's back on the map. It's back in culture. Everyone's talking about it.
It's a sad day when Conspiracy Theory J, our very own DJ Jeremiah, is shaking his head. Like, DJ Jeremiah is the number one conspiracy theorist on this show.
He's in the comments.
And he is shaking his head. What is going on? I had to jump all over Eric Boston from 520 about this. He believes like you, Chris. He thinks this is fake as well. Yeah. I couldn't believe that reaction was so that was another reaction, right? It was the people who thought he was wrong, people who thought he wasn't wrong, people who thought Chris was more wrong, and then the people who thought it was fake. And then you had the people who thought what Chris said was violence and what Will Smith did wasn't violence. I'm like, what is going on? What is wrong with everybody? Everybody's all over the place. Can you just explain to me what's going on in our society where we have so many different opinions about everything? Has it always been that way, or are we just going nuts?
Have you ever slapped somebody in the face?
I have,
unfortunately.
Sometimes you just need to slap somebody in the face. Now, on live TV at the Oscars, you know, that's probably not the place. You know, if it was real, what you should have done is, you know, if you're still that angry about it, after the show in the hallway, you still feel like you need to slap a dude. Sometimes you need to slap someone. Sometimes
slap LAPD.
Sometimes you need to get slapped. In this case, though, it was fake. Come on, check your discernment, bro. Is there not something in you that says, you know what, this is a little fishy. This is a little.
It was fishy.
There's gotta be.
It was fishy until I saw Will's eyes when he was yelling. That was a.
He's an actor.
He's not that good. But he's not that good.
Won the award for best actor. He is that good.
That movie wasn't that good, Chris. That movie wasn't that good.
Have you not watched his movies?
He's not that good.
He's that good. Look,
no, he's not. He's never been that good.
These actors can look angry and they can cry on cue.
No.
They could do it all. He's an actor.
Will Smith.
And he fooled you.
If it was Denzel, I would believe you. Will Smith is not that good. Never been. I love Will.
Didn't you see Aladdin?
Pursuit of Happiness.
When he played the genie? He's a good actor.
I take it back. You're right.
Pursuit of Happiness? Like, dude, he played homeless guy. He looked pretty sad in that movie, didn't he?
Yeah.
Will Smith has never been that good. Never.
Here's what I'll say was
interesting.
interesting.
Did you see him play Muhammad?
Ali is the closest. Ali is the closest he's been to that, but still not close. Not that. Not the anger he had. The embarrassing anger he showed at that thing. That was not fake.
Okay, there's so many different angles to go to, but it's interesting that you said that, Chris, because I did read where Chris Rock's comedy tour was only making about $5 million before that slap, and now it's at $37 million. His comedy tour.
Coincidence.
Joseph King says the social consequences are too big for this to be fake. Okay, they seem pretty big right now. A week later, let's watch where Will Smith's career is a year from now, 2 years from now. Chris Rock is all of a sudden back in the social conscious. We're talking about Chris Rock again. Chris Rock is
he's been that.
Chris Rock is a legend, and now he's going to be even more of a legend. Like, I love Chris Rock. I'm glad that we're talking about Chris Rock again.
So you're saying that this is going to Taylor Swift Chris Rock?
Possibly. Are we not talking about Chris Rock a week after this happened? Is every news agency, waiting and filming every word that comes out of his mouth during his comedy tours? Like, oh, Chris Rock has finally made, he's made a statement after the slap. Chris Rock is finally talking. He didn't say anything. He said, you know what? I need time to process this. I'm probably going to joke about it. We're going to be hanging on every word that Chris Rock says for the next 6 months, until he says something significant.
You're being fooled. You're being fooled, Chris. This is not a pre-planned thing. You're witnessing the Kardashification of America, where no matter what happens to them publicly, they know how to take it and make money off of it. Not that they caused it, but that they know how to react to everything that happens to profit off of it. This is a reaction to say, oh, this was embarrassing. How do we profit off of this embarrassing thing? This is a reaction. I think this is Kardashian 101. No matter what happens to them, they turn it into a TV show. They make money off of it after it happens. That's what's going on here.
Let me ask this
real
question.
Moment. That was a real moment.
Let me ask this question. Okay, so Joseph King said the ramifications on social media and all that kind of stuff. If you're Will Smith and you just reached the pinnacle of your career, couldn't you see someone saying, hey, now that you've made it to this point, we want you to do this, and don't
Ryan,
worry, it'll all play out.
Ryan, stop it.
Chris,
stop it.
I believe it was
This
real.
is not you.
I just think Chris
This
brought
is
up a
not
good
you.
point. He brought up a good point.
Don't do this.
He brought up a good point. I'm just saying, it was a good point. I'll say that.
Don't do this. Don't do this. We got to hold on to.
But
some things have to be true. We can't. Everything can't be fake.
Some things have to be true.
The truth will come out. Him resigning from the Academy is not a consequence. It's not doing anything to Will Smith other than he gets to maybe go on vacation for a year. Then we will openly accept him back into the Academy. He'll get another big movie deal, and Will Smith is going to be fine. Chris Rock is going to be even better. This was 100%. Well, I'm not willing to say 100%. This is 99% fake.
99%.
I'm leaving. I'll leave the 1%. I'll leave the 1% that maybe it wasn't. But
this is why it concerns me. I told Eric this as well. This is why this concerns me.
I thought it was cool.
We are about to enter the deep fake generation.
Absolutely.
And if we go
100%.
into it questioning everything, then we have absolutely no hope, because that means Jesus Christ could come back on a cloud and people would be like, that ain't real. That ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is fake now. What are we going to do to hold on to anything real when everything is fake?
Well, that's the thing. Everything really is fake. Everything we see on the news, all controlled by the same people, all the same talking points. Like, really, like, we live in a fake world where everything is fake and everything is given to us. There's a narrative behind everything that you got to believe that there's some kind of angle or some kind of narrative behind what happened with the failing. Yeah. Nobody cares about Oscars, and now all of a sudden, guess what? We care again because we're still talking about it. And then next year, people are going to be, oh man, what's going to happen on the Oscars?
So, Chris, do you believe in Illuminati?
I believe that if you pay attention to what's happening in the world right now, that there are globalists that control all the money on the world that are trying to put together a one world government. And if you read their documents and you read their books and you really look into who these people are, whether you believe in the devil or not, they do, because they worship Lucifer. They worship the devil. Like, it's not a conspiracy theory. Like, these dudes at top, they believe that they are hearing from otherworldly beings. They're communicating. I'm not making this stuff up. It's in their documents. It's in their books. You can look this stuff up. So call it what you want, but just watch what's happening in the news right now with the World Economic Forum and everything that's happening with Klaus Schwab and all these big globalists that control all the money that are also trying to usher in a new world order. Call it New World Order, Illuminati, call it what you want. There is these rich dudes that control all the money that want to, well, I don't want to get too crazy. This is a Christian hip hop.
We're going to have you back. We're going to have you back.
You need to link.
You need to link with Eric
Conspiracy theory
Boston.
land.
You need to link with Eric Boston. You guys are simpatico right now.
Yeah, do an interview on his podcast for sure.
I understand all those things. We are versed on all those things. What happened on that stage was real, 100%. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you were producing this, you would have stopped at the slap in the walk off. You would have stopped. You would not have added in the yell at the top of your lungs. Make everybody uncomfortable for the rest of the night. That ruined the entire show. That part is what makes it real. It was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable.
Everybody was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like you could, you know, you've been in those moments where it's like, ugh. And it was like that for the rest of the day. That wasn't planned. That was, even if the slap was planned, that yelling was not planned. He lost his
I'm willing to say that, you know, there could be a chance that this was real. I personally feel
1%.
Well, Eric Boston of the 520 Collective definitely wants to talk to you. I think you guys will have a cool conversation.
Chris Chicago is my new favorite. I love that.
Yeah, he did.
That's amazing. Somebody rocks with what I was saying.
Oh yeah, he represents that point of view every
Yes.
week on our call.
Yes.
So I would just say this. Okay, so we have the people who believe Will was right, the people who believe Chris was right, people believe both were right, people that believe it didn't even happen, and then there's people who are saying it's wrong and then getting flamed for it. Have you seen this? Have you seen that the guy Judd Apatow said he could have killed Chris? You know, that overreactions type stuff.
How about the slap to the head? Could have
killed him. Brain bleed. Right?
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous, right? So whenever somebody says something, he was wrong, they pull up all their old tweets, they pull up all old stories of them, and they just flame them. Catwoman, what's her face from the Batman? She said it was wrong, and then they pull up the fact that oh by the way, you're a predator, you're a child predator, right? Because she was hanging out with Jaden Smith when he was 14 and talking about how cute he was. So like everybody who says anything negative about what Will did is getting a torpedo shot at them. What do you think about this counter cancel culture? Like, so you have cancel culture, people trying to cancel Will, and then you have the counter cancel culture of the people trying to cancel the people trying to cancel. What is going on?
Yeah, Whoopi Goldberg changed her stance from Monday to Friday. On Monday, she was just like, on Monday, she was just like, this was weird, this was wrong, Will was wrong. And then on Friday, she was like, well, I could see defending your wife and unraveling a little bit. I could see that happening and being, okay, the next thing you do. So you're right. It's happening. I'll just say this.
My Christian lit up.
Well, she probably already did. That happened on Monday, and she changed her stance by Friday. Plus, you know, she's a comedian, you know, so she could be on that whole side of, you know, comedians can't say and do what they want to do now. Because I would imagine now that every comedian is going to. Did you see the late night monologues? They destroyed it. It was hilarious. Like they're basically saying that now every comedian has to turn their back and check the seats before they, you know, make a joke. And that's probably true.
So Joseph King brings up a good point. That chick Angel, Kev on Stage's podcast. So here's the thing, I think it's called. That chick Angel was basically saying like nobody's talking about Jada. Jada's the one this happened to in the first place, and nobody's talking about how she feels. All right. So if you don't know, again, I didn't want to talk about the actual event, but so she has alopecia, shaved her head because she kept losing hair. He made a joke. Some people debate whether he knew or not. Does she, you know, he knew about that or not? I don't think he did. But anyway, so people are like, well, we're talking about Chris and Will so much. What about what happened to Jada and all the other people who have this condition that felt offended by this joke? Now, that gets us into that comedian immunity conversation. Do you believe comedians have some sort of protected immunity to tell jokes? Is comedy sacred? Like, where do you guys stand on this kind of like slowly eroding of their protection from criticism?
Go ahead, Chris.
I don't know. It's like, it's, you know, we live in a world where people get their feelings hurt way too easy. What you say can get you canceled at any moment. You know, we're live on YouTube right now. You know, who knows? Maybe me calling it a conspiracy theory is going to get you guys
they're
kicked
gonna
off
light
of
you
YouTube.
up. They're gonna light you
up. Oh, thanks, Chris.
You guys are now going to get banned. Maybe
all
I
right.
should
Well,
just
we'll be exclusive to SoFlo now, so it's all good.
You guys let me on the show one time, and YouTube cancels you. Twitter kicks
Talking
you off
about
their platform.
globalists. You know how powerful they are, Chris? They have that word flagged. You know that?
I just talked about Kyle Schwab and the World Economic Forum. All these words are getting flagged, and Trackstarz is now kicked off of YouTube. So I apologize.
You saying a joke, but that could be true. Could be true. I'll let you know tomorrow. But yeah, no. So like, yeah. What do you think, Ryan? I mean, you're a fan of comedy, just like me. Do you think?
Yeah.
First of all, I know for a fact the comedians we used to enjoy growing up wouldn't have a chance now. I mean, a lot of them are still doing comedy, and they haven't done a lot of specials recently because you can't say anything anymore at all. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? That comedians, like honestly, to me, believing that he didn't know about her condition. I was the lightest joke I've ever heard in my life. But he got lit up for it, literally in the face. So
yeah,
what are comedians supposed to do now? What are people like us supposed to do when anything you say you can get it?
Yeah. I mean, so, I told you that I had a little issue with Dave Chappelle in his last stand-up because I just thought he took it too far. Because I cringe. That's my thing, is that I feel other people's pain. So I cringe when I hear something that's like that offensive. And I'm like, if you're in the audience and you fit this particular description of what he just said, you're having a hard time sitting there, or you're thinking, I'm never coming back to another show like this again. And you just don't want to see people who are not like, I think it's okay when you go to a roast and a comedian is roasting somebody because they're sitting on the stage and they're expecting you to roast them. And that's all fun and good and it's funny. But when you're just sitting there picking people out of the audience and just making fun of them, and they got all kinds of insecurities.
Yeah. The Oscars is essentially a roast. That's what it is. Like the
No, I'm saying, and I'm not talking about Chris Rock. I'm talking about like when I saw Dave Chappelle going at the audience and those folks don't ask for it. That to me made me cringe. But I think it's like the Oscars, and it's been a couple of times where people have been on the Oscars and they turn it into a roast, and it's like their whole thing is to make celebrities,
always a roast.
Come back down to earth. Yeah, come back down to earth. You're not as high as you think you are, high as mighty as you think you are. And so, comedians nowadays, for the really trashy, filthy stuff, I just don't listen to it, don't like to hear it. But if I see a clip on YouTube and it's really funny, then that's when I'm like, oh, that was funny. But other than that, I don't really tune in to like, the comedy segments, the comedy section of Netflix and stuff like that. I'll listen to like a Kevin Hart or, a Mike Epps or Dave Chappelle if everybody's talking about it and I want to know what the conversation's about.
But what I'm talking about has happened to all of those people you just named.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think that comedy kind of has to stick to generalizing and not, singling people out. I think that generalized jokes are funny, but when you single people out, it's like, that was mean.
I think the main difference is in the past, those jokes were told to an audience that laughed, even if they were the subject of his joke, like even if he was talking about race or whatever, any comedian I'm talking about. So they laughed in the crowd, and the people at home, if they were offended, who cared? Nobody even heard them yell about it. Nobody heard anybody complaining at all, Now with social media, everybody who is offended has a chance to speak up now. And it's so loud sometimes that now it's not just the privacy of your own crowd. Your crowd is literally everybody. So if half of the crowd hates your joke in a comedy club, you get heckled. Now your crowd is the world, and half of the world hates it. You're getting heckled the same way you would anyway. So it hasn't really changed. It's just your audience has gotten way bigger, and they don't all pay tickets to see you come. They're just walking down the street. So it's a different audience. So I think they have to be careful. They have to be aware that times have changed. I do think this is a younger people's problem. Not problem, but this is a younger people's. This is a new thought that comedians have to watch their mouth and not say stuff. That was not the case. If you go back and watch Eddie Murphy Raw, if you go watch Richard Pryor, any of these people, it was way worse. It was way worse. I'm talking about you couldn't. Some of the stuff people are complaining about now is not even close to what we grew up with. So
do you think that social media is probably helped people, decide what they think about this? Because there is something called groupthink.
Yes.
So if you get on Twitter and you see enough people saying, "Oh, this was wrong, this was bad," well, you're not going to want to be different from everybody else. You're going to want to be accepted in what society is thinking. So everybody kind of goes into this groupthink mentality and follows what this little tiny percentage of what Twitter represents, right? Everybody thinks that if it's said on Twitter, if it's trending on Twitter, this is how the world thinks, which is not true.
That's
Twitter
true.
represents a very, very, very small percent of the population.
And
most people do not tweet.
Yes.
Most people are not on Twitter. But if it's on Twitter, then it's facts, it's truth. And then people, they kind of fall into this group think situation.
Yeah.
And that is hurting society.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Chris. And Twitter is 1% of 1%, and it's the loudest 1%, right? It's the people who are willing to tweet, and they actually.
Exactly.
There's been a group of people, especially within the last 5 years, because of politics stuff, that have made a living off of kind of representing a certain viewpoint on all sides. There's groups of them that they're popular for what they say about whatever, right? So it's not just, it's not the world saying one thing together. It's popular commenters in different spaces saying the same thing. And if your bubble agrees with something, you're going to tend to agree with your bubble more than the other bubble, right? So if you're in the bubble where Will Smith wasn't wrong, everybody deserves to slap, if that's your online community. If I go through your mentions and your follows, and most of the people saying that's probably going to be what you think as well. If you're in this is fake and everything is fake, I'm fake, you're fake, then that's what you're probably going to think too, because you relate to those people the most. So if they say it, you're probably feeling the same way too, right? So I think we've siloed ourselves so much into these little thought bubbles that I think that's what we're seeing. And the thought bubbles produce leaders, and those leaders get really loud, and then they get, they know people in high places here and over there, and those people feel nervous because if that guy on Twitter that has this loud voice says something, then that must mean a lot of other people feel that way too, so they react to them. So it's a different world we're living in. I just wanted to bring up the reaction, because the reaction to me has been far more interesting than what actually happened. It just speaks to where we are as a society and where it can actually go wrong if you kind of play it all the way out, that we're in these silos. There's good things about it, right? Because people who normally wouldn't have a voice, like the alopecia community isn't big enough to cause a stir, right? But now on social media, that concern for those people can be so loud that people actually stop what they're doing. That's a good thing, right? That people can be heard that used to not be heard. But it also can be bad when people say things merely to get high fives from their friends, right? Like to see what they can mess up. Like, oh, I can get this person canceled. Let's try. All right, let's do it, guys. Tweet hashtag this, and it's successful now because it can be so powerful. So there's goods and bads with it. It's just striking that the reaction has been so weird. So that's my take on it. Well, I know we're late. When the Red Table Talk comes out, we may talk about it again, but get us on every day so we can get on this earlier. You in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. Lego.
In the Trackstarz Universe. Ooh, stay on track with us.
All right, back in the field with the Trackstarz, Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah. All right, here we go. Look,
where's DJ Jeremiah? Say he's here, but he's not here.
He's watching. All right, so we have something very interesting coming up. We have a line for line. Jeremiah's not here. He put this line for line together. Me and Ryan chose the artist. And we thought, hey, man, it would be really, really cool to do, because Ryan is an Atlanta guy. So let's do something Ryan would appreciate. And I had already planned to do a Megan Thee Stallion versus Jeremiah. So we decided, you know what? Who would be good to go up against that? Let's do Porsha Love. And then Jeremiah was like, why don't we just get Porsha Love to jump on with us? Porsha Love.
Hey y'all.
Joining us,
sis.
Joining us for line. How you doing?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm doing good. It's the weekend. Feeling good, sun shining. Thanks for having me.
I am such a huge Porsha Love fan. I'm so excited to be on the show with the Porsha love right now. Like I'm
It's
geeking
the
out.
Chris Chicago. Like
I'm so excited
the
to be rocking with you right now. This is great.
All right.
Thank you for having me. How y'all doing?
Good. So good to see you, man. Thank you for jumping on. This is so interesting. So you're gonna have to be honest about whose song is better with yourself. It's not easy.
Okay.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. I am biased, but
Yeah.
you know, I'll be honest.
All right, here we go. All right.
Okay.
This is going to be fun. I don't know Chris's, Jeremiah's spiel. It's something like the views and opinions of the Trackstarz Universe don't reflect the views of the people involved. This is just a bit, blah, blah, blah. All right. So here we go. We're starting with Megan first. You ready?
Megan! I actually like her, so that's cool.
I did it.
Let me see it if you're looking for a true type. Let me be it. I'm from the south, never had a handout. Before I let my people starve, I'll take it out your mouth. These so quick to switch up. I'm from the Lone Star, I don't need to click up. It ain't directed, so it ain't respected. Stop dropping clues, cause I ain't no detective. You rich, I'm trying to win. Don't care how I do it, just know that I did it. Why you so worried about what I be doing? Counting my money ain't making you rich. Talking down on me don't make you to spit. How my name in your mouth more than your spit. I really encourage my haters to talk. Throwing that shade only keeping me lit.
That was hard.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. All right. We got this going up against Whoa.
Walking in these situations, making on it, shut it down. Yeah, don't be acting like that royalty don't come attached, baby. It's a package deal, 2 for 1. Yeah, give me that. Woo. Tell them that surviving is the new way. Yeah, haters gotta finish them. Luke, yeah, they in the drought, can't figure it out. How they get on top, they chasing the cloud. Tell them it's the way, cowabunga, and how I got that favor, make them wonder like, whoa, don't be acting like we not made in this image. Whoa.
Okay. All right, Brittany, I see you. Yeah, everybody knows I'm not a Megan fan. I'll explain why later. But what y'all think? Let's start with Chris Chicago. You going Porsha? You going Megan on that one?
Man, it's tough because both of these incredible female rappers are so talented, and I'm an H-Town guy. I'm here broadcasting right now from Houston. You heard the Stallion shout out her Lone Star State, and with me being a Texan, but then you got Porsha Love, and she had the Mortal Kombat line in there. She had the Cowabunga, Ninja Turtles line in there, and that just strikes a chord with everything from my childhood. And so I relate more to that than I've only been in the Lone Star for 6 years, so I'm gonna because of the finish him line and the Cowabunga, I'm going Porsha Love here.
Porsha, what you got?
But it was close though. It was close.
Thank you. Okay, I gotta go next. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say, I'm gonna go. I love my song Whoa. It's fire, and it has a lot of spice in it. But I'm gonna go with Meg. I feel like I like the beat better. So I'ma just I feel like I liked how she was on the beat.
Porsha, I love you.
I know.
This is rare talent right here. That to somebody that can be honest about their music and not just say it just to be like, oh yeah, I'm so shy and I'm so like you actually really believe that. So I appreciate that. So I understand what you're saying. I thought Megan. I'm not a Megan fan. I'll explain my process because I had to pick these songs and I'll explain my experience doing it. But. This one was one of the better ones. I did like her beat, but I will say I thought the way your beat dropped at the end, and definitely towards the end, yours was really strong. So I'm a toss early. I'm gonna use my toss right now. Toss for me. Ryan, what you got?
Yeah, I'm going Porsha. I like the vibe better. I like the switch up of the flow. There was more creativity in Porsha's song than I felt like was in Megan's. So I got to go Porsha on that.
All right. So since Jeremiah's not here, I'm going to need you guys to help me. So Michelle, can you keep track of the overall vote while Crispy keeps track with the poll of the universe vote? So you give me the complete total vote, Michelle, with the super chats, the panel, and the universe combined. Tell me who won, because I don't have anything to write on. So for here, it was 1 for Megan, 2 for Porsha, and a toss. We got 2 Porsha super chats, so I think Portia's gonna win this. It's Porsha online.
Wow, guys! All right.
And please, I don't have a pen within reach. Please keep track of the overall score. So it's 1-0 right now. Porsha love. All right. Next up, we got Meg the Stallion. You know what? Let's start with Porsha this time.
Let's do it.
Everything I want, I back that. Call us back that. Why we feel one situation from a hashtag. Get it out the mud. Cause the forwards is better. It's like I'm pregnant. It's my seed, so I gotta deliver. I feel like, we so blessed, ain't got you wanna use me. We so solid, y'all acting like loose leaf. How could you doubt it? Since I jumped up on that water, baby girl, it's been bout it. I got nothing to prove. How you give me free will, but still want me to choose? No, I can do more.
All right. That's going up against this. Eat it.
Bust through the walls, breaking it inner. How many till you get to the center? How many times have I heard that a dug in the dog was scared when he played with the kid? How many times have I heard that somebody lasts long? These niggas last in a minute. How many times have I heard that a nigga was getting big? This nigga the small as a egg shaker, leg shaking. Did it to the bed breaking, bed spinning. Talk to it. What you wanna tell Megan? He's safe to keep me up. Yeah, ooh, in the seat. I want just one. Daddy, I'ma need the whole tree.
All right, this time I'm starting with Ryan. What you got?
I'm gonna go Porsha on that. Megan's song was a little distracting, so I couldn't really focus on like the vibe or anything. But I could vibe with Porsha's song. I understood what she was saying. It was clear. So yeah, I'm gonna go Porsha on that.
Chris, what you got?
You gotta go Porsha. You gotta go Porsha here before me.
Okay. Oh, you're not going with Porsha. You want Porsha to go first. All right. Porsha.
No, I'll go.
I want to hear what Porsha has to say before
let me
before
go.
I chime in.
All right.
Okay, Chris first last time. Okay, I'm gonna say me because I'm gonna go Porsha on this one. Because this is like one of my favorite like bars where I said, we so solid, y'all acting like loose leaf. So like loose leaf paper. That. So it's a lot of like hidden metaphors that a lot of people don't catch. Even like it's like I'm pregnant, this my seed, so I gotta deliver. So like I'm pregnant,
talk to
my
him.
gift, and then you're actually a seed, a pregnant woman. So I gotta deliver. So I gotta show up. Basically, I can't just like not use my gift. I gotta deliver. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Ant because there's a lot of hidden gems in it.
This is great. This is
So,
great.
Since I'm new to line for line, what are the rules? Am I looking at just pure lyrics?
Okay, so
am I judging flow? Like what exactly are my?
This is perfect. This is perfect for you. This started. It started as lyrics only, but it morphed into this. You're a radio guy. You get these 2 songs. You have to choose one to play.
Okay. Yeah.
That's
okay,
how we
so
judge it.
I did catch those really cool, metaphors, the loose leaf. I loved that when I heard it. But I feel like from a cadence standpoint, I really loved Meg's cadence in that song. I loved how she was just kind of flipping it and how she was, in the beat and Porsha was a little more chill and just lyrics, loved it, crafty. The flow was a little more boring for me though in that song. Whereas Meg was like, the way she was flipping it and her cadence was dope to me. I'm going to give that one to Meg the Stallion.
So, yes. So, let me paint
Sorry,
a picture.
Porsha, I love you.
No,
I love you so much.
I'm from Detroit. I can take the heat.
So, let me explain. Ryan knows this as well, like working at Radio 1. What would happen is there's a room, right? So, Porsha would come with her new single, and there would be a room of people sitting around a table. It was like right in front of the station. And they'll be like, all right, play. And stop. All right, what do you guys think? No, we're not doing it? Okay, next. Like, that's it. You got 10 seconds max. Yeah. So that's the kind of environment we're trying to foster here is that you got to catch people right away. It's not just lyrics. It's not just music. It's the whole package. So we're trying to give advice to our artists to say, these are the kind of things you might hear from a radio guy. You may think your song is super dope, but they're listening for something that they know they can get an audience to react to it. You know what I mean? So me being a lyrics person, I focus so much on lyrics when I make songs, and more today, nobody cares. It's about everything else almost. So it's just feedback. For me, I'm a real big vocal sample person, so I liked her. I couldn't understand it, but I liked her vocal sample in the back. But I ended up liking Porsha's song a little bit more, so I'm gonna go Porsha. All right, so what we got? That should be enough time for y'all to vote. It's 3-1 up here. So what y'all got? Did y'all already tell me? What's the vote? What's the vote, Crispy? What is it? What is it? What is it? Can y'all see it? What is it? Mache? What y'all got? What y'all got?
I feel awful now being the only one to vote against Porsha here.
No.
No, it's okay, because Chris, that's how I felt on the first song.
Yeah.
So you know how your opinion was on this song. That's how I felt like the first round. I was like,
Right.
oh yeah, I like her. Like the vibe was just richer. So no, I get it.
Man, you guys have no idea how valuable this is to get so much feedback on your music. That's really why we created this. So artists can get it's almost like a listening session, like a focus group, right? You're getting real actual reactions from people. Porsha Online. All right. So that's 2-0 so far. All right. We're doing Megan first.
Yeah.
Thoughts-ish. Here we go.
That's why they worship Shiva and I'm a genie. She's so hot, gotta stay in bikinis. He got a girl, but he keep begging to see me. I love it when I get a mouth full of BBs. No, I'm not a patient, better let him treat me. I gotta be a doctor, how I'm ordering CCs. Go to your place, no face, no case. 99% tint in a blacked out race. I remember sure clap for me happily. Now I'm bossed up in them slams, on me at me. Acting like they riding whole time trying to pass me. Watching me go through it, still trying to drag me. Acting like you winning if you think about it actually. Are they supporting you or really just attacking me? I don't go for about a blog trying to bash me. I'm the bitch of the recording academy.
All right. That's going up against this. Ghetto.
Eastside, 8 Mile, making known, man, Detroit. Holy girl in my own lane, thank God. Wait a minute, take a praise break. Every day feeling like a vacay, cause we going up to the tippy. Shout out to my grandma making lean, getting litty, putting on for my city, yeah. I might praise God in my sleep, yeah. I might start to speaking tongues on this beat, yeah. I might get the whole block and start a prayer line with a picket sign saying God is love, get it right. Hot Cheetos and Fagos from the D to the Bay, let them know. Tell me when to go. Pull up with the
Okay. That's Meg Thee Stallion Thought-ish versus Porsha Love Ghetto. Porsha, let's start with you. What you got?
I'm gonna go with Megan because I like that song on TikTok. So it's like a really good TikTok song.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go with Megan. I love Ghetto though, but I just feel like I don't even think the vibes were like the same. But if I had to choose, I would go with the Megan song.
Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna toss right here.
Okay.
I like both beats, so that kind of reeled me in. But I'll go ahead and toss. I think it's a safe place.
Chris.
Okay, so I don't know if Porsha Love knows this, but I spent 5 years programming a Christian hip hop radio station that covered all of H-Town, a full-blown FM radio station. We had lots of listeners. And one, Ghetto from Porsha Love is one of my favorite songs ever. Okay?
Oh.
Ghetto from Porsha Love
That's
is one of my
cool.
favorite Christian hip hop songs ever. I don't know if she knows this, but I took that song, I added it to full rotation in H-Town on the radio station that I programmed. So I got to, and look, this is a radio station where we spent a lot of money on research. We had a huge music team, and we paid very close attention to what our listeners loved and wanted. Look, when I put Ghetto on the air in Houston, Texas, the feedback we got from listeners, the calls, the texts.
Oh man.
The feedback from our
so
music
special.
team
This
was
is so
incredible. Our listeners
is.
loved it as much as I loved it. I heard a radio hit when I first heard that song. I put it on the radio. It was a radio hit. One of my favorites. Nothing can beat that song. Right now, here for me, Porsha Love Ghetto, one of the best songs. And
Oh my gosh, guys.
I saw
That's
firsthand
amazing.
how that song performed on the radio. In fact, it reminded me because I'm building a new radio station here, SoFloRadio.com. I forgot to put Ghetto in rotation. So as soon as this show's over today, Ghetto from Porsha Love is going into rotation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
At SoFlo Radio. So
Wow.
Wow.
Porsha Love, Porsha Love,
Thanks,
Porsha Love,
Chris.
Porsha Love.
Well, we can end the show at this point. You know.
That's it. We should did that one last.
She is the true winner. She won.
Yeah.
Thank
that
you.
long.
Ryan, Portia, you guys are nuts.
Look what Brittany said. I would not have known of her if it weren't for Chris Chicago.
Dope.
Oh, wow.
And there's hundreds of listeners. I would say there's thousands of listeners in Houston, Texas that know and love you, Portia, that you probably don't even know that. So I'm glad that we had the chance to chop it up here.
That's
now I gotta come to
Yeah.
So yeah, again, Ryan, Portia, you guys are nuts. I thought Ghetto was way better. Yeah, way better. So I got Portia on that.
I said toss.
Yeah, you're nuts. You're nuts. So that's what 2-1 up here. What y'all got? Y'all help me out. Portia online.
I forgot to count.
Was there super chats? Yeah, Portia. So that's Portia again. So 3-0 Portia so far. All right, let's get it. Let's start with Portia first. This is Shudder.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda, have a dollar, be a baller. Every time he told me he was showing up, it came through. Thinking God, he never left my side like he all up. Prove the devil wrong when he told me what I can't do. I am resurrected, cancel order on the casket. See, they backsliding, oh God, and it's tragic. I know who my father is, and he is never absent. Saying you irrelevant, past tense, has been. Living life unstoppable, knocking down all these obstacles. Call me BB, you say I'm on my camp.
Okay. That's going up against Meg The Stallion, Savage.
I keep my private, so it's AP all I'm showing. Beefing with you just really getting kind of boring. If it ain't about the money, then you know I'm gonna ignore it. I'm the shit. I need a mop to clean the floors. Too much drip. I keep a knot, I keep a watch, I keep a whip. Ooh, let's play a game. Simon says I'm still there. Ay, I'm still at. Yeah, I'm a savage. Yeah, classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah, sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid, what's happening?
Ooh, that's a tough one. All right, that's Meg The Stallion, Savage versus Portia Love, Shudder. Ryan, what you got?
I'm gonna go Meg The Stallion on this one. Just the song itself is really catchy. The vibe of it, like you said, that was a big TikTok. I remember that one. It was a big TikTok song. So yeah, I'm gonna go Meg The Stallion.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Oh, you go back in the day to the year. The year was 2020. We were all stuck in our houses. We were all on lockdown, and we were all on TikTok. And we were all walking around our houses talking about how we were savage, right? Like, it's one of the biggest. Y'all should have seen the dances I was doing to that song. You know what I mean? Like, I
wow.
I was ratchet up in my. I was with the lockdown. The lockdown was ratchet with Chris Chicago. No, I'm just kidding. But look, one of the biggest TikTok songs ever for TikTok. It was a huge song, super catchy. As much as I love Portia Love, as much as I love the song that went up against it, you cannot vote against Meg The Stallion in this situation.
Portia.
Meg.
Period. This is my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, because this is to me, this is a no-brainer. Like Beyonce did the remix.
Yeah.
Beyonce was on the remix.
Yeah.
Like, definitely Megan.
Well, Jeremiah should have put the remix in because I'm going to go for Portia on this one. I get it. I get why people like the song. Again, I'm not a Megan fan. I'll explain later. It's cool. I get it. But I personally like Shudder better. That's me.
Sean.
I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth.
It's a great song,
I do not
bro,
like Megan. I don't like Megan. I don't like her.
See, this is
Meg
tougher
online.
because I like Megan. I'm like a
Yeah,
mild.
okay.
I mean, I don't listen to her because, but
Yeah.
I'm like a
I'm glad you enjoy
Megan.
her. I'm glad you guys
Yeah.
get joy out of her, but I'll explain later. But yeah, I personally, I'm glad it's gonna win because it's a big song. It probably deserves to win. But I'm putting my hat in for Portia. It was Meg Online, so that's Meg. So that's 3-1 going into the fifth. Are y'all ready? Starting with Meg the Stallion.
Yes.
Big old freak.
Hey, feet on the bed. Hey, I mess him up in the head. Kiss it, then look in his eyes. Then the next day I might leave him on red. Hey, pop it, huh? Daydreaming by hot rocket, huh? He hit my phone with a horse, so I know that me come over. I ring it, right. I'm on the way. Then I think I'm like, hey. Usually I like to cut, but tonight we gon' make love 'cause you play. Nobody know. I be with him on the low. We never show up together, but I text him when I'm ready to go. Hey, I had a couple of shots at the bar.
All right, that's Meg the Stallion, Big Old Freak. That's going up against Porsha Love, 70 Degrees. Let's go.
Nice at 99 with the whole team. Windbreaker, white ones with the gold links. Never keep you low key. They wanna know how that Detroit girl get all this glow. I let them know. Riding in a Pinto with our heads out the window. Screaming, we don't look like what we've been through. And don't let them keep you stressed, boo. Love God and serve people is the only thing I'm into. Now we feeling like we living. Feeling like we winning. Ain't no limit. What we want, we go and get it. Tell that girl to cut them off. Keep your head to the sky. If you don't love God, tell him bye. Bye.
Okay. That's Meg the Stallion, Big Old Freak versus Porsha Love, 70 Degrees. Porsha, what you got?
Okay, so remember I said I like Megan, but I don't be listening to her like that. I don't listen to her like that because of a lot of the stuff she say. It just makes me feel uncomfortable, guys. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Me too.
I just be like, oh, this. It really made me look at So that's why I don't like the song she did. So and plus I really genuinely love my verse for 70 Degrees. So I'm gonna go with Porsha for this one.
All right, Chris, what you got?
Here's the situation where you got to love what you do, because you guys put Christian hip hop on the map. I put Christian hip hop on the map. I get to be a part of Christian radio and be a part of Christian hip hop radio for a long time. And one thing that breaks my heart is imagining 12, 13, 14-year-old girls listen to some of the lyrics that Meg the Stallion is putting out there. Like it's trashy. I think that it's not good for these girls. It's not good for society. It's not good to see the things that are happening in the culture because of lyrics and things like these songs are producing in our world. And that breaks my heart. That's why I'm super thankful for artists like Porsha Love, who not only put positive, amazing lyrics out there, but Porsha, you're so dope. You're such an incredible artist. I'm so glad that God has you. God has you on this path. God has an amazing plan for you. God is going to do some huge things in your life. I know it. I thank God for you. I thank God for your music. And there's absolutely no way in this situation that I could not pick Porsha Love. I mean, that song, just so positive. You hear the beat and the way she was flowing, and you feel the good vibes. You feel the Holy Spirit. You feel positivity when you listen to Porsha Love. And so I'm so thankful for Porsha. It breaks my heart that Meg is doing what she does and where she's taken the minds of young girls and young boys.
Yeah.
So yeah, my vote. So let me get off my pedestal. I said what I said. I vote for Porsha Love here all day, every day.
Yeah.
You guys. All right, Ryan.
Yeah, same thing, to add value to what Chris said. It's just like, it's hard to think of you having young daughters, right? And them listening to this or hearing this and mimicking or saying and just any of that. And so when you find someone like Porsha who deserves the contract, deserves the marketing dollars, deserves the multi-million-dollar push, it makes us want to do what we do just that harder, because we know that, there's so many people in our genre that if the world could get exposed the way the world is exposed to Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and all these Migos rappers, and they would see that you can make good music, vibey music that edifies. And I bet you our world would be so much better. People would have so much more confidence in themselves and what they do. And I imagine a world where we get to that point. And if it's not in my generation, hopefully my kids will see it, where Christian music and positive lyrics is dominating the world. So thank you, Porsha. You are just another person that's making that milestone step to greatness, and we appreciate that.
Oh,
I agree.
Thanks, guys.
Porsha, you are the reason why we're doing this. You're the reason why we spent years, decades working on this format, trying to make it viable to give artists like you a chance. That's literally why we do this. So I appreciate you.
Amen.
That's you all day. So that's Porsha. Your song was legitimately better. And I'm trying to make sure you get the full experience of this as if you weren't here. I think you've gotten it so far, but I am telling you, even if you were not here, I would have voted for that song. That's way better than what she just did. All right.
Thank you.
What y'all got online? Porsha Love online. That was a wash. Okay. All right.
Woo.
Wash. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is 4-1. So we kind of know what's going to happen here, but let's go ahead and finish it off. You want to do Megan or Porsha first? You want to go first, Porsha, or you want to end it off?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to go first?
I love her energy.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go
Great.
first.
All right. Don't worry about it.
No, we was about that action, but we glad we let it go. He took me my highest when I kept my spirit low. They know we don't even care about who though. I listen to God, now we getting flued out. I'm so glad I waited. Going super saiyan in this plan, simulated. Look fear in the face, say the top is for the taking. If the dude don't fast, don't pray, we ain't dating. Went from nothing in the something, won't he do that? Now we living in the pressure like a do-rag. Went from angelic to angelic. Look at how we develop. Porsha Love and why they only get wait for.
Okay. Porsha Love, don't worry about it. That's going up against Meg Thee Stallion. Body.
Ebony, they gon' click it if it's me. All my pictures been getting these through the quarantine. I'm very well on my shit, as you could tell. Any got beef from years ago is beefing by herself. If we took a trip on the real creep tip, rule number 1 is don't repeat that. Rule number 2, if they all came with you, they better know exactly what the they came to do. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Yeah. Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
All right, that's Meg Thee Stallion, Body versus Porsha Love. Don't worry about it. Porsha, what you got?
Right. Okay, first, that was a really good song. Like 2 songs to put up against each other. That was really good.
DJ Jeremiah.
I just feel like the tempo was like really good. Now I'm going to go with myself. Because I love Don't Worry About It. Like the lyrics, the vibe, the energy, the moment, the history.
You knew you had something with that one, didn't you? You knew you had something.
Yes, it's just like, oh my God, this is just magical, So definitely I'm gonna go with that song. Could have went against Beyonce. And I'm a pick. Don't worry. Like that's my baby. So definitely don't worry about it.
That's awesome. That's all. Ryan, what you got?
Man, I gotta go with Don't Worry About It. There's so much nostalgia there. Not only was it the hit song of the summer, but also it was me seeing it live at the Holy Smoke Festival, when I was just like, God, just the energy that they bring when they perform that song. And then the music video that followed it was just amazing. So, I thought, my take, Sean, I kind of feel some kind of way about Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. I feel like, a lot of people can kind of do what they do, and make money and sell music the way they do. But you got to have raw, real talent to make songs like Don't Worry About It. And I think that's what Porsha and Wande bring to the table when they do music and put out songs like that.
Yeah. Chris, what you got?
Was there a better song in the world of Christian hip hop that came out in 2021? Was there a bigger song that came out on that playlist? I mean, that was the song, right? You talk about Meg Thee Stallion. That was the Christian and the collaboration there, the pairing of those two. It was magical. You know, every once in a while you see songs that come along that just create magic. And that was one of those songs. Now, one thing about me is I work in the world of promotion. I help Christian hip hop artists get their songs played on radio stations that play Christian hip hop and pop. Porsha, I don't know if you know this, but that song was played all over the country on a lot of radio stations. I work with trying to get my artists on. There's a chart that represents Christian hip hop and pop. It's called the hotchart.com. And that song was on the hotchart.com. You know, we're talking about Billboard stations. It was on that chart for a minute. It was well represented. I don't know if you know how much radio play that song got. I hope you're registered. I hope that you're going to see some royalty checks from that. But it was huge. It's one of the best songs that came out in 2021. It's still just it's so great. Yeah, that's a great song from Meg. It's popular. It was a hit as well in the mainstream. But Don't Worry About It is just one of those songs that will be one of the best Christian hip hop songs in history. Wow. And so I give it to Porsha Love.
Wow.
Wow.
How does that feel?
That is like surreal. It feels great. It's like,
That's
wow.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So what's online? What y'all got? People are asking, how do people submit beats to Porsha Love?
Oh, all right. Well, you can, because I'm trying to get to work. Okay, you can email. You can email me at IamPorshaLove@gmail.com. So you can email me, or you can inbox me. I would prefer you guys to inbox me first. But either way, you know, you can inbox me on Instagram at IamPorshaLove, and then just send me an email, and I'll check them out.
How can somebody build an entire record label just based on you being the first signee to that record label?
Ooh.
So look,
your magic.
everyone in the
Stir the
world
pot.
needs to know about
Stir the
Porsha
pot.
Love.
Stir the pot.
Ooh, here we go.
I hope you're talking to A&Rs at some of these major labels in Nashville. I hope you're getting those calls. If you're not already, then we need to talk next week, and I'm going to set up some meetings because, look, you need to be on a huge platform. Everybody needs to know about Porsha Love.
Thank you, Chris. I'm definitely getting calls and stuff.
Are you gonna spill the tea?
Yeah, come on.
Spill the tea.
Let's
Come on.
go
Who are you
all
talking to?
exclusive.
Where are you talking to? What A&R guys are you talking to? I'll let you know if they're good or not.
I can't say that.
I know you. I had to at least ask.
There's
I know
always
you
a
can't say
behind the
no.
scenes, so we'll have that conversation
Yes.
behind the
Yeah,
scenes.
in about 10 minutes.
Listen,
All right.
okay, I'll say this. When anything happens, I'll come on the Trackstarz first. And you guys will be my first interview or whatever you guys want to do. I'll be the first. I'll get to y'all first about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Porsha
Chris will probably
on
already
Tribe.
know.
Yeah,
Porsha
I mean,
Love
I'm
on
sure.
Indie Tribe.
And Chris gotta come back. You gotta bring Chris back when I come back.
Yeah. No, this
Okay.
is, I got Trackstarz kicked off YouTube today, so this is the last time I'm on the show.
Like Will Smith.
Yeah. that's
Oh,
awesome.
man.
So, okay. So
I talked about the Illuminati too much.
Yes, you did. So that's 5-1. Porsha Love. All right. If you want to see round 7, we're about to do that in the official universe. Porsha, tell them how they can support you and how they can buy your stuff and all of that.
Yes, guys, you can support me by streaming. Okay. Also visit my page. I have a social media page. I am Porsha Love. That's on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, like all over. I also have a website, IamPorshaLove.com. I will be dropping new merch this summer and this upcoming fall. So just be on the lookout for that. If you're going to be in any of the Atlanta areas, like the city, you know, like come and visit any of the shows that I post in my stories. Follow me on Instagram, you know, get connected in my stories because I release a lot of new stuff in there. So yeah, I got a song that's going to be dropping soon. So we got a lot that we're working on.
Are you going to be at Holy Smoke?
I am going to be at Holy Smoke.
Ooh,
awesome.
There we go.
Yes.
Chris.
I need to come to Holy Smoke just so I can see Porsha Love.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to perform. I'm just saying I'm going to be there.
I just want to come give you a hive. Well,
You know,
we'll see tomorrow when Holy Smoke is announced. Some of the artists. I hope to see Porsha Love there on the announcement.
Better.
I need to come though just to give you a high five though.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to be there for sure though. I'm going to definitely be there.
Chris, tell them one more time how to support you and what you're doing.
Brand new radio station, SoFlo Radio, the Christian hip hop station. We're online at SoFloRadio.com. We're on the iHeartRadio app, Live 365. Please stop by, listen to the station. I'm on every Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 3 p.m. Central Time with my co-host Lil Ange. We have a great lineup, and we're playing some great music like Porsha Love and Trackstarz, also soon coming to SoFlo Radio. So SoFloRadio.com, SoFlow radio.com. SoFlo Radio, the Christian hip hop station.
Awesome.
There you go. Love
All right,
it.
stay
Thank you.
tuned. Jump over to the official Trackstarz Universe to hear around 7. See if it's like just a complete smash. You're in the field with the Trackstarz. Ryan Righteous, Sean Tanner, DJ Jeremiah.
Woo!
Lego.
Now I'm in the field with Trackstarz right now. I had a blessed time. Hopefully you guys are listening. If you're not, then you're losing. Until next time.